Hello viewers, welcome to our video blog. This is Bubbly Ashpush and with me is the most serious dude, Mr. Jude. Hi Jude.
Hi.
Why are you so serious always?
We are doing serious topics, you know.
Okay. We both are here to keep our viewers updated about the most recent happenings in the maritime industry. So let's start off with Jude.
Yep, we have delivery of Celebrity Equinox. It's a cruise liner. It's Germany's Meyer-Werft delivered the new passenger cruise called Celebrity Equinox to Celebrity Cruises, United States, on July the 16th in the Dutch port of Eemshaven. The Celebrity Equinox is the second ship out of a series of 5 cruise ships at the shipyard and is building the Celebrity Cruises. These eco-friendly ships allow a total energy saving of about 30% compared with similar ships due to its energy-efficient components such as photovoltaic systems. So that's a new cruise for Celebrity Cruises in the United States.
All right, now I'd like to mention you about this.
Have you been on a cruise before?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
You?
Neither I. No.
Okay. KPCL Port makes a year. That is Krishnapatnam Port Company Limited celebrated its first anniversary last Saturday, and the inauguration was done by Srimati Sonia Gandhi.
Okay.
And the port, which is designed to serve as one of the biggest port in the world and the largest in India, is currently in a second phase of development.
Wow.
And even after this financial crisis, okay, the world economic crisis, the port has achieved 40 billion financial closure. That's a great news.
Wow, so that's good for the maritime industry in India, huh?
Yes, definitely.
Sure is. Okay, moving on. We have taxes on shipbuilding need to be reduced. That's the news from India, Indian Maritime. It says here that the IMF, also known as the Indian Maritime Foundation, the Vice Admiral Vinod Pasricha, on Thursday stressed on the need to reduce taxes in the shipbuilding industry. So that's good news for the maritime industry in India. It says here the shipbuilding industry and build bigger ports as much as 90 to 94% of all our trade comes from the sea. Okay, addressing a news conference here, he added that Indian warships are faring well in the international markets in the last 5 years. The Indian shipyards have made impressive strides in building warships as well as commercial ships. There is a need for the government to make laws in such a way that the taxes for the shipbuilding industry are calculated in accordance to the gains of this sector bringing into the country. So that's good news for the IMF. What do you say?
Definitely.
Taxes reduced.
The next news is like United Nations is discussing rules to cut the soaring emission of greenhouse gases from shipping.
Okay.
Because it's causing climate harm, no?
Yeah.
So the Environment Committee of the International Maritime Organization, IMO, is drawing up recommendations for design standards to make ships more efficient.
Okay.
It includes working on operating standards so that ships have fuel, but great progress is not expected on demand involving a levy on fuel used by ships.
Okay.
So shipping now accounts for 3% of annual global emissions. That is more than the entire UK economy.
You know what, the hot topic nowadays is the greenhouse effect. Do you know anything about global warming?
Yeah.
It's the most talked about topic right now, and people are so much aware of it, and the maritime industry also is contributing hard towards global
Definitely,
warming.
we need to, otherwise we have to bear the crisis. I mean, we have to repent for all the things we have caused damage to our environment.
Right. All right, moving on. We have news from the Gulf. We have, here it says, Gulf oil companies to lead offshore investments 2009 to 2013. Energy business Douglas Westwood has predicted that while spending in 2009 and 2010 have been hindered by financial crisis, we all know that, offshore operators are still expected to increase offshore drilling investment by 32% in 2009 to 2013, compared with 2004 to 2008, the last years. According to a report by the Gulf, That's $278 billion was spent in the 4 years between 2004 and 2008 and will escalate to $367 billion, okay, between 2009 this year to 2013. The Gulf predicted that ultra-deep water drilling would outstrip shallow water exploratory drilling as a result, with new ultra-deep water targets becoming more viable. And also says, furthermore, the capability of deep water production system has improved. Industry watchers have been monitoring the natural oil companies in the Gulf, expecting Saudi Aramco, that we all know that, and the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, also known as ADNOC.
Okay, the next update is like South Korea's Sangdong Shipbuilding and Marine Engineering has received an order from Greek owner Sakos for 158,000 deadweight Suezmax tankers. Okay, and the order received this time has a significant meaning to the new building orders, and and further negotiations with 4 to 5 owners in Europe are currently at final stages. I mean, they are at the final stage of starting up with a fresh order, because it's been, I mean, like, since last 9 months it's the first fresh order for Sangdong, and the ships are due for delivery in 2011.
So that's great news for Korean shipbuilding, hey?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. We have dry bulk tonnage supply study in for 2009. After many dry bulk ships, owners became increasingly worried on the course of the rates their vessels could fetch in the market. The Baltic Dry Index, which had been falling for more than 10 straight sessions, finally recovered and managed to end the week with an increase of 18.7%. That's really great. Versus the last week, The BDI ended Friday at 3,542 points, proving its resilience as freight demand recovered, although China's imports appear to have slowed down. Still, waterways say the freight rates, the most important issue that has to do with the rate of tonnage supply and the pace of new building deliveries. That's the news from dry bulk tonnage.
Well, there's one more news. It says that bad weather brings a Chinese ship to brink of disaster. It's like 18 crew members of MV Asian Forest, the ship in distress, are safe with the assistance of Sankalp, the Coast Guard ship, and the captain and 5 crew members arrived at the Coast Guard office near New Mangalore port, while the others have been hospitalized. The ship, carrying 14,500 metric tons of iron ore, has tilted 50 degrees port side when it was about 6 nautical miles away from the port.
Okay.
That's really sad.
I got some news from the Navy here. The Secretary of the Navy, Ray Mabus, and the Secretary of Army, Pete Girin, announced the names of first 3 high-speed vessels as Fortitude, Vigilant, and Spearhead. Okay, that'll be cooperative efforts between the Navy and the Army. The program highlights a Department of Defense acquisition objective, leaving the expertise of one military branch to assist the other. So that's a good exercise between the Army and Navy here. And they have high-speed vessels that will be patrolling the seas there. You guys can get more information about maritime on www.marinebiztv.com. A lot of marine-related programs, a lot of top people that are interviewed there. So one more time, www.marinebiztv.com. Please log on tomorrow to our website, and we'll catch you there.